I've been to a lot of 10 or 11. When Matthew was real little, we used to travel and we go to baseball stadiums, because I was a baseball fan and he was too. And we've been to a lot of them. I guess the most beautiful baseball stadium I thought I ever saw, I'm sure there's some, I've been to a lot of them. I guess Camden Park would have to be one of the prettiest I've been to. Now, Atlanta Braves field was a beautiful field when kind of Ted Turner kind of had it, and then now I don't think it's as, they used to have everything to do for kids, and they were very kid-friendly back then. So, but I don't know. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to put a little, we'll drill a little hole in the top of this thing, make it kind of like a little glass or something that he's drinking out of, and we'll thin it up. But I like to travel. My son lives in Kentucky, as I've told you before, and I've traveled there a lot. And where he lives is sort of a boring town. It's a very small town. So, but Kentucky's a very interesting state. It really is. I've stayed in a lot of towns. My son and I used to travel a lot when I was there's your some rap music going on. People just seem to feel they have to play that stuff so loud. Everybody else has to hear it. But I was young once, I know. I realize a lot of things that I liked when I was young now irritates me at my age. So, but I've traveled a lot to Louisiana. Now we don't travel much to Louisiana now because they've kind of had an outbreak too. Basically, I'm not far, about 45 minutes from Lake Charles, where a lot of casinos are. Louisiana is a lot about casinos, not all of Louisiana, but the area I'm close to is very, very heavy with casinos. Because the Texans like to gamble, folks. They do. They like to gamble. I don't gamble, but Texans do. Boy, do they like to gamble. I mean, they do. Okay. We have old people that. I remember one time I was going towards Louisiana or something, and I stopped at a store and there was a bunch of old people on their way to the gambling casinos. Old people. You gotta laugh at that. They were laughing and having a good time and raring to go. So we got a lot of that down here. And since we're on the Texas border, you have to understand is where I'm at is actually between Houston and Louisiana. And I-10 between Louisiana and Houston is probably one of the most heavily traveled drug areas on the map. Very heavy. And also for bringing in illegal people and stuff. Very, very heavy in this area. All right, you see, I kind of went got a little of that, and so we can kind of get that. But we have real areas in that way. Used to be heavy on drugs. Now I don't know if it's as heavy now. It was between I-10 and especially between over the bridge of the Sabine River. But if you ever have a chance to visit Texas, I'm just in a very small part of it. It's a beautiful state. It is. Paladura Canyon, if you ever come down here, the Paladura Canyon is a great place to go. A beautiful place. A lot of places that are. Okay, see that? See how we got that there? Here we go. Paladura Canyon is a beautiful place to go, but Texas is a very wide open space. But it's if you're gonna come to Texas, be prepared to drive, because I tell you what, driving in Texas is everything is a long way off from one another. All right, we got our little figure. We're looking pretty good now. Got kind of. Now let's see, what kind of clothes do we want to put on him? Now I'm gonna just kind of put that crouch in there. I got a little 1-inch blade. I made this little knife. I made it with an OCCT, or OCC they call it, blade. It's a 1-inch blade, and I love this little 1-inch blade for my small figures. But I haven't been able to travel a lot. Wish I could go to more carving shows, but this year it looks like everything's canceled. I tell you what. I mean, it's really, it's been different, folks. The Lord is protecting me from getting COVID. I'm thankful for that. But I don't go around a lot of different people. Don't go around I mean, I go and I do wear a mask because I am somebody who is in jeopardy. I have a lung problem. Most of you know that. From tuberculosis that I had years ago. Oh, it's such a joy to come out here and just sit and whittle. Just kind of get your mind off everything. I have to a lot of times. I take care of my mother, and she is 93, and she has dementia. And it's good just to get away and enjoy yourself a little bit. Anybody that knows what it's dementia is, she's not in last stages or anything like that. She's just very forgetful right now. Of course, at 93, you know, that's not unusual. But pretty tough. She can be pretty mean at times. But she does have dementia. So we have, my brother and I will both work to help this. All right, look at that now. We're getting that down to the nitty-gritty. Right. Now let's see what we can do here. We're not going to put a hat on him or nothing. We're just going to go ahead and where's my pencil? There it is. Let's go ahead and get where our nose is, about right here. And then we can bring that nose down right there. This is the joy of whittling, though. Sitting, doing that, having fun, not taking it too serious, not worrying about winning awards or anything like that. Just enjoy sitting out here and whittling. I tell you, I've been doing it for 25 years and I just love it. And that's that creative thing that you enjoy doing. I've had to learn so much whittling, really have. And not long I'll be 70 years old. I've learned a lot. I'm not the best whittler in the world, but I enjoy it. Okay. I do miss my grandchildren, though, in Kentucky. I tell you what, grandchildren are wonderful. They are. And grandparents know. You can play with them, have a good time with them, and then go home. I know that raising a son alone, I'll tell you, that was tough. Especially those teen years. Those teen years were tough. But my son, he's done well. He's done good. He's a federal prison guard in Kentucky. And I think we're closer now than we've ever been. They get to be teens and you're not very close to them. They want to be that independence, and that's good. I mean, we all did. Teen years. But ever since my son had children, me and him are pretty close right now. He actually thinks I know something. He does. He actually wants my advice now. Never wanted it all his life. If I'm boring you with my talk, then you don't need to be watching me. Because I tell you what. Okay. See how I do that? I just go around it like that, in other words. You can hear that dove in the background. Old dove cooing. Get a lot of doves out here. When I throw that bread out there, we hear him. I live in the city, but I love the country. I do. I love to get, maybe one day I'll be able to move. Maybe move closer to my son. But right now, I have a mother. Draw. My ears. Oop. I've had people tell me, said, I don't want you to talk whenever you're whittling. And I tell them real quick, you don't need to watch me whittling then. I kind of feel that all you people out there are my friends. I know I've never met you, but if you're carvers, you're my friends. I'm gonna tell you something. I've been to some carving shows and met people, and it's just like we just seem to know one another because we have something in common. When I first started doing videos when I was much younger, I was kind of rambunctious and go-getter. But as I've gotten older, I don't do that anymore. I'm not a go-getter. I'm just like any other carver, just a kind of a slow-moving individual. So I say I'd fit right in with all these country people. But to me, a carver is that. You know, if you got the patience to sit there and carve, I think that you're kind of a country person anyway. So I don't need to put on a show. All right. We got getting our ears kind of located here. We've done a lot of videos. We've done animals and humans and books and things like that. Okay. I kind of wish my son would have taken up carving, but I'll tell you what, with 3 kids now and being divorced, he just don't have time for that. I tell you, and working too, a lot. He just don't have time for it at all. Maybe one day, he said. He kind of got interested in it at one time, and then video games and girls took it over. I don't play video games, and I ain't got a girl, so I don't have to worry about that. It's so peaceful when you whittle. Just so peaceful. I'd love to be sitting up in the Smoky Mountains, though. Up here in them Smoky Mountains and whittling underneath the cool breeze tree. Wow. That sounds good. I love them Smoky Mountains. I do. I'll put a little cut in here. Okay, look at that. I'm just going to kind of make a little cut right here. Rise. And we'll do the same over here. For my small figures, I don't really, that's that, of course, sort of that flat plane way I like to do that. I kind of build that forehead up there.